15 mining companies have received a notice from the South African, from the Association of Mine Workers and Construction Union, that is AMCU, and that the warning is that its members will down tools from next Thursday. The union has called for a sympathy strike, in support of the ongoing stay away at Sibanye Stillwater. For more on this, I'm joined on the line by Minerals Council South Africa and the representative there, Motsamai Motlame. Thank you so much for joining me, Mr. Motlame. So can you confirm to us the sectors, the various sub-sectors of mining that are represented in these 15 companies that have received this notice from AMCU that there will be secondary strikes at those companies?
Hi, Tulas. It's mainly companies in the gold and platinum sectors. And then you have one or two companies outside of those commodities, but the bulk of the companies are in gold and platinum. So
is it companies like Lonmin, Harmony, Impala, Platinum, and others like that?
Yes, it's like that. Your Northern Platinum, your Anglo Gold Ashanti, your Harmony in gold. But the ones that you've mentioned in platinum, you are correct.
So this was not entirely unexpected, though, Mr. Motlame, because the AMCU did warn earlier on in the week that they will be seeking to exert more pressure on the mining industry. In fact, the words that were used were a shutdown of the mining sector. What is your sense, then, of this strike that is being declared? What is the likely impact of it?
Well, I think, first let's start by stating that there are certain legal requirements that must be met for a secondary strike to be protected in terms of the Labour Relations Act. And in consultation with the affected members, they have indicated that they will be going to court to apply for interdicts to try and stop the planned secondary strike on the basis that it does not comply with all the statutory requirements in order to make it protected. Now, let me go to your real question. It is a well-known fact that both the platinum and the gold sectors are in dire straits, and they have been so for quite a number of years. So a secondary strike in companies in gold and platinum would lead to a situation where the country, the economy, the affected employees would seriously suffer losses, and that cannot bode well for the economy and for the affected industry.
So just for clarity then, you are saying that the sense from your members in the Minerals Council South Africa that you have consulted with is that the statutory and legal requirements that are in place before a secondary strike, which is a strike at a company or a firm beyond where the primary strike is taking place, those have not been met by AMCU, and that is going to be the basis upon which the courts will be applied with a view to interdict this planned secondary strike by AMCU?
That is correct, Chulas. Two of the requirements are procedural, and those have been met. But the third one is a substantive requirement, which our members believe has not been met, and it is on the basis of the substantive requirement that the applications to interdict the strike will be lost.
What is that substantive requirement? Just lay it out for us.
Yeah, the substantive requirement to us is that there must be a relationship between the secondary employer and the primary employer, which would reasonably have a possible direct or indirect effect on the primary employer. So the strike at the secondary employer must have some sort of impact on the business of the primary employer. Otherwise, the protected strike becomes pointless. By way of an example, if they have a client and supplier relationship, so if you have a secondary strike at the supplier of the primary employer, the strike at the secondary employer will stop the supply, and therefore it will impact on the business of the primary employer.
So the argument being then, if I understand you correctly, Mr. Matlame, being that in this particular instance, the primary strike that has been going on for a good 3 months is at Sibanye Stillwater's gold operations, and now you have 15 companies, mining houses that are set to face a secondary strike. And simply put, the argument is that there's no relationship between these 15 companies and the primary employer being Sibanye Stillwater that would lead to a strike at these 15 companies having the kind of desired effect desired by the unions at Sibanye Stillwater.
You are 100% correct, Julian.
All right, thank you so much for talking to us, joining us from the Minerals Council and talking to us about the plans by AMCU to undertake a secondary strike in 15 companies in mining.